All right, so Vegas. Um, Honestly, I was kind of surprised that anyone still gives a shit about this, that anybody's even paying attention to this stuff. Um, I figured this thing had been dead a long time now at this point. With everything going on in the world, I don't know. I guess I just figured that the majority of the people were done with it. So, a couple things, man. I wanted to say that, I do actually appreciate people still, hanging on to this thing. I appreciate people having their viewpoints and opinions, all that sort of stuff. Um, to a point, you know, occasionally there's those people that I feel really don't add much to the conversation, just make stuff up. But for the most part, I think everybody who's you know, putting their eyeballs or mind to this event, that's a good thing. The more people, the more the merrier, man. That's the way it works. Maybe someone will strike gold someday. But um, anyway, so I think I talked about it. I don't know how many people heard it, but I was in Vegas recently, and I was there for the when the anniversary was going on and all that sort of stuff. I while I was there, I did not bother to go to any of the events or anything like that. My way of looking at it, if you did, that's fine. But my way of looking at it is I wasn't there. Those events aren't made for me, people like me. So I could watch it on TV if I'm so inclined. And I'll be honest, man, Vegas did have a lot of coverage about what was going on that anniversary, as far as the events happening, the anniversary. But there were a couple things that a couple of videos I took. Like I said, I didn't think anyone really cared about this much anymore. Um, a lot of these videos I've actually shared with people that I know still deal with this, but I haven't really shared them in public. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this here. Figure since there is actually interest of it out there, outside of the small groups, doing their thing, that I could share a little bit of this. Nothing groundbreaking, man. I mean, honestly, walked all over that damn city, but there were a couple things I thought were interesting that honestly had never been brought up. Never been brought up before. And the first thing I kind of wanted to show was something I mentioned the other night, is how there's automatic curtains. And I'll play the video I have of that, and I'll follow that up with, I'll follow it up. What I'll say is there is a YouTube streamer out there named Pompsy who does a lot of Vegas content, walkthroughs, stuff like that. And so the room I was staying in was, in the Four Seasons. I'll just say that. And it had automatic windows, man. And like I said, I'll play a video here in a minute. The way I'm editing all this, got to do one thing at a time. That's the reason I'm not using a graphic, because I'm fucking lazy. And I don't want to go through all that trouble. But what I'll say is this, man. There's automatic curtains in there. The room I was staying in had 6 buttons. 2 to open, 2 to close, 2 to stop. Basically, one of them opened the sheer, one of them opened the actual curtains themselves. Same thing with the closing and the stop. You hit the open button, you hit the stop, it stops right there, where they happen to be. So, the question was, when I came back, and the reason I never really dealt with it was, would Paddock have had this in his room, right? This is Four Seasons. It's basically the same hotel. I'm sure it's all the same. They have a lot of the same stuff in a lot of these rooms. And, so I went and I found a video. The guy actually put out, I think, after I'd come back. And it was of, I forget what floor he says. He says it in the video. I'm going to leave the link to the video down below. Again, the guy's name is Pompsy. And he was doing a walkthrough of a suite that was very much like Paddock's It was one of those corner suites in the Mandalay Bay. And again, I forget what floor he said. I think it was a couple floors down from where Paddock was. Floor I was on was a couple floors up. Of course, I wasn't in the corner. And I'll play a video. All right, so you can see those things run on a track and a motor, you know. And again, you know, if you want to verify, well, it was not really verification. It's not 100% because nothing has been. But if you want to actually look and see if you think that this was used in Paddock's room or not, there is the video. I'll try to link it down below if I remember to when I'm done doing this. But again, a guy named Pomsey that did a walkthrough, you know, afterwards. Now this little switch that was on these windows seemed to me like it was pretty old. It seemed a little dated to me, and so to me, this tells me it's probably been there longer than 2017. So I'm guessing that this is probably what he had going on in the room. There's always a question why he didn't open those curtains at some point. And this kind of tells me why. If you watch Pomsey video, when he opens those curtains, they open from the inside out. So they bunch up basically where the shooting platform was in the room. So the next thing I want to show is some video I took of the door lock mechanism. And these look like they're fairly new. These don't look like they were the ones that were used probably that night. And honestly, I haven't gone through the old photos to even check. But I think this was a new system that they'd put in. But what I was testing there, the only reason I was doing that was I wanted to see, you know, if the door, when opened from the inside, also unlocks the deadbolt. Because to me, that was always an interesting thing in the logs, the door logs, was when you see the doors open from the inside and then the deadbolt is released. So I wanted to see if that was a possibility on why this is happening. And so I'll play that video. All right, so there you have a little bit of messing around with the door mechanism. You know, locking the deadbolt, closing the door, you know, leaving the deadbolt so you can open the door easily without swiping cards and using handles, shit like that. So, you know, a lot of that was to try and make sense of some of the things in the door logs, lock interrogation report, whatever the hell you want to call it. So there was that. You realize that if you do open the door from the inside, if the deadbolt is locked, that it does release the deadbolt automatically. So that, to me, that explains a little bit as far as the discrepancies we have as far as undoing the deadbolt and then opening the door from the inside, as opposed to opening the door from the inside and then the deadbolt detaching. And so that's what I was doing there. The next thing I'm going to show, it's going to be a real quick one. It's just a scale of what it looks like when you're down there in the, well, this was over there by the valet, I believe. And was waiting for an Uber and looking up at that building. And it's pretty impressive when you're standing below it. All right, so this next thing here, man, is a little bit more of the nonsensical as far as I'm concerned. The idea that he was running up and down those the ventilation, the AC ventilation. So I do have a very, very short clip of the AC unit in the room. All right, so I'm going to be a little all over the place here with this stuff. Next thing I'm going to put up here is a walk from the bus stop to pretty much the entrance. I know I cut it off a little early there. The entrance looks like the valet area here. But yeah, I just want to do a quick tour, see maybe where those kids were hanging out. Because it's pretty obvious they have like they have a lot of waterfalls and stuff like that when you walk in from that direction. Why they have all that crap there, I don't fucking know, man. Because it kind of seems like pointless when people are just driving right in, walking right into that place. There's nowhere to really walk. I guess you have the venue across the street, but there's nowhere to really walk from the Mandalay Bay into Vegas. Maybe it's future planning, something like that, but it just seems kind of like a strange thing, man. They got a little garden there outside, though, right outside there by the bus stop, between the bus stop and the entrance to Mandalay Bay. That, like I said, you got a lot of waterfalls and stuff like that. I try not to get people's faces on here, but I think I do have a couple people in this video. All right, so now what you got is got a couple pictures of Mandalay Bay from down below there. I think one of these pictures was actually from the entrance there by the bus stop. And then what you're going to see is a picture of the monorail, which I know some people were thinking that the dude was shooting from up on this thing. Yeah, I don't see that happening. All right, next up, the elevator bank on casino level. And the elevator bank to the top floors. This, I think I mentioned this before. I don't know how many people caught it, but that stream I did. But basically, for that weekend, you had a guard outside of this particular elevator bank. It looked like he wasn't really worried about all the other elevator banks, and I have a feeling it was just because it was the first. As I walked by the guy at one point, all I heard from the security guy that was standing there in front of the elevator bank was, as he was talking to someone else, he said something about that guy that did the shooting a few years back fucked all that up. We can't do that anymore. So I don't know if the guy was trying to get up there or what was going on. And but the reason I took this video here is this particular video is we see the accordion doors that were a little bit of a controversy, I guess. And those accordion doors, they're permanent structure. I didn't even realize that. But, you know, as I was there, you can see them. And here's a video of that. Now, keep in mind as I'm filming all this, it's a little sketchy. They don't like you filming these places. And of course, they're a little high alert because of, you know, what had happened to be that weekend. So a lot of this footage is real short. It's real sketchy. And, you know, I wasn't interested in getting 86 out of this place. But next up, just to break this shit up and get really fucking goofy and wacky, I'm gonna throw some Illuminati shit in here. All right, so what the fuck was that about? Now, that's some wacky shit, but that is down there in the food court of all things. A little bit of a Wayfair cabinet fucking scenario there. But somebody apparently thought that was artwork, I guess. But yeah, it's down there. I mean, this is Vegas, so, you know, there's all kinds of wacky shit going on. Next thing I'm going to show is what the Crystal Room elevator looks like from up there in the top floors. And, of course, this is a 300 wing. I'm going to cut out a little bit of this, so I'm not going to show actually where it was, even though I do have video of the exact floor it's on and exactly where it is. But it's at the end of the 300 wing there. All right, so now what you're looking at is so what the front entrance looks like now. Looks like due to, I'm guessing, COVID, because I've seen a video of this front entrance from early 2020. And it still had the spinning, what do you call it, the carousel that we see Paddock on videos walking through. Looks like they got rid of it. If you take this picture, you zoom in closely, you can see some, well, it looks like some newer metal. Looks like they just took them out, put those in. Guess it's got to do with coronavirus. Don't want people in closed spaces, some of that nature. Not really completely sure. All right, what you got here is you got the bell desk up on the left-hand side there. On the right, looks like you have, well, what used to be, I guess, the VIP check-in area. Now, originally, I thought this was where Paddock checked in. But then looking at the photos of when he came in on the 25th or whatever, it looks like that may be false. Looks like it may be false. Looks like he's standing on carpet in those videos. Now, I went back and I looked up older videos from before he checked in, and it looks like there was not any carpet in this room. So there's one of the questions I have. Where the hell did this guy check in at? Now, there is a casino host room that I did not go in. That's over kind of in the casino as you walk into this area here before you hit the elevator banks, I believe. And I did not walk into the casino host room. So it's possible that that is the area he actually checked in at. But this here, this should have been where he checked in at. It almost looks like it. But if you look at the video and you look at these photos, that ain't it. And on the other side of this is the main check-in. And the main check-in, it's a very, very long hallway. Kind of the same version of this. Looks exact same with the lighting and the lighting there in the counter. And the same countertops, all that good stuff. Except it's a hell of a lot longer. Probably 5 or 6 times the length of this. So that is one of the questions that I left Vegas with. All right, so here you got the parking garage elevators, and now I had to take screen captures from the video because the people I was with there kept getting in the shot. So in the video, so these are screen captures from actual video. But this is the parking garage elevator. The original elevator I got in was the one that Paddock used, that we see him getting in and out of in the video. It's a set of 2 elevators. The original one, like I said, that I got in was the one that Paddock used. And the night that I got there, it was broken down. Next day, it was working, but the night I got there, it was broken down. I couldn't get a good shot of what it looks like when you get up to the casino level, because unfortunately the people I was with was in the shot the whole damn time. So I can't actually show you that. But it does match up with, this part does match up with the video that we see him on the casino level. I believe in the video he is actually waiting for people to get out of the elevator, and then he gets in the elevator once they clear it. So the next thing I'm going to show is the view down the hallway. From the elevator bank, from the center core, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of interesting. Going to have to edit it out a little bit. There was a mirror there. I don't want to show the people I was with, but it was it's a pretty interesting little view you got there, man. It's a long way down those hallways. All right, so here you got center core. You got some hallways. You can see what floor it is. I really don't care at this point. I can see some double doors here, which I know was called into question at one point. And I believe there's elevators on the other side of that. All right, now for a little bit of creep factor here, man. Cart in the hallway. This ain't from the shooting, man. This was when I was up there, man. Now, that cart stayed up there from the day I checked in, the night I checked in, which was, later at night, all the way to the next day about, I believe it disappeared between 1 and 3 p.m. So there's that. Okay, so I do have a lot more video. A lot of it's unusable because I got people in the shots, and I do have pictures of the machines that Paddock was gambling on. It matches up with the video that we see of Paddock gambling. It's the high limit room, at least at one part where he's gambling. We do see him gambling in an area that is not in the high limit room, but where we see him on the 4 machines bouncing back and forth, playing the poker machines, that was the high limit room, and it matches up pretty good. The only thing is, that high limit room, that's a really small room. It really is. It's not that big of a fucking room. It's in the middle of the casino there, but it's kind of sectioned off, and it's not a very big area, to be honest. So that was interesting. I did walk around the entire venue. I got some video of that. There really isn't much exciting about that. To be honest with you, they have started replacing a lot of the netting that is around the venue. Some of it is still the old stuff, but the majority of that is new netting. So again, nothing really exciting there to show. We've seen it seen it a lot. I got pictures of Melissa Ramirez Memorial. Don't feel I need to show that. I think everyone's seen that at this point. I think I got some photos of the Healing Garden. I don't think I need to show that here. But if anyone's got any questions, I did take quite a bit of photos, man. I took quite a bit of video. This is just the stuff that I felt was, kind of interesting. I think some people will have some fun with some of this stuff, especially the crazy Illuminati madness they got going on downstairs. Because that's creepy as hell. Anyways, I'm going to end that on that. And I think that's good enough for this. And everybody stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we're living in. And that's it.